All right,
All right.
round two. Um, so yeah, who you got? We said underground.
All right. So my underground list: Medusa. I like Medusa. Medusa was, to me, one of the first um, blueprint for how the sister should throw it down. I've seen her in battle mode. I've seen her in show mode. I remember she controlled the Fado Do Club out here where cats would come and watch her styles and bite. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I've seen her get in battles and destroy, everyone from young Eminems to, to powerful members of the Freestyle Fellowship, all kind of shit. So, her dues paid. I definitely chose her as a great model for underground example. And then Micah 9 of Freestyle Fellowship, and just Freestyle Fellowship basically because as my old label mates, they were the West Coast label mates when I was on 4th and Broadway, and I was amazed by their first presentation. You had these 4 stools, and they was spitting and busting in a way that we didn't see West Coast artists getting off like that. So that was like the entry for us looking at hieroglyphics and crews like that, because we didn't have a window to the West like how internet allows us now. I want to, yes.
Real quick, my man Save the Hip Hop Culture is probably like just jumped out a window that you said Freestyle Fellowship as far as, you know what I'm saying, in that category, because he holds them in high regard, and I do too, but I'm not as familiar with their music, so I can't sit there and be like, I mean, I understand their impact, but I didn't really get into them like that. But the shit I heard was dope. But it's like but that's a big, to me, it's important that the fact that you're sharing that reinforces like, oh, okay, like Freestyle Fellowship. All right, got you. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, we lost him. Brother Jay, what you say? Oh, we spinning. We're about to put some music on now. Come on, Brother Jay. Should I save it? And run it back?
Gun talk, desolate dreams, desert eagle squeeze, mutilate bodies I bleed, keep the bezel clean, bitch, fuck anything green. You know how many niggas want to touch Oprah, but a run that bum bitch with a fatty and a soda, just wearing different stores, without me and you. I play the glitch, pop the 4 niggas lost, spark a wanderlust. I never seen you around no women, hoes kissing on the coastline slime.
Brother Jay will be back.
Drifting on the coastline, PCH district. Don't click it if you test mine. I saw my super drive. I see the tie all them niggas you grew up with. My super dry look like a sun kiss. Come on, my super dry look like a sun kiss. I see the tie all them niggas you grew up with. Give me more. My super dry look like a sun kiss. This wave law 3 down. Your bitch knees bad while you was killing niggas in your freestyle. She was walking around my crib with an ass out. She was bouncing, looking like the was dancing. You looking like the screws lounging.
By himself, man.
Money to buy you a bitch.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't know what happened. It just clicked off, started tripping and shit. So
technology.
But yeah, you was building Freestyle Fellowship.
Oh yeah. So no, it's just funny because it reinforces. I mean, like again, I wasn't super familiar with them, but I've heard, a lot of people whose opinions that I trust be like, yo, these cats were super dope. I've heard a couple of so now it's my, and like I said, my man on here is like losing his mind at the fact that you probably said them. So Freestyle Fellowship, Medusa, and
Medusa. I felt that I wanted to honorably mention Micah 9. I felt that his technique it's like a molecular style of rap that he builds on. I think the whole crew is super talented, pulling it off their mind like they do. But the history of Freestyle Fellowship connecting to Leimert Park and kind of expanding the jazz era into hip hop, I think that was powerful. Even before Jay Dilla and all of those cats became popular, these dudes were rapping with some of the original legendary musicians, you know, and people that were inspired by them. So I felt that, you know, taking that into hip hop was big, because everything we thought about West Coast was straight Eazy-E, you know, and even Ice-T that we mentioned earlier and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So to see that there was lyricism and then musicianship, and each one of them was like an element or an instrument of jazz in the way that they bust, I thought that was a unique concept. So I thought that was dope to put in the underground category. All right. And then I have Planet Asia as well. I think Planet Asia is very talented and consistent. And he should have been, to me, a representative of West Coast Wu. I think that would have been a big, you know, like how Death Row signed Tupac and shit like that. I think that he would have been a great leader for the West Coast side of that. I think that would have been ill.
Wow.
But yeah, imagine him, you know, taking that whole gold chain crew and everything to the next level, bro. That would have been monster, because he could have picked the best monsters to grow that crew out and not just be a East Coast Staten Island thing. You know, it's global now, and, you know, respect to Wu-Tang and everything. But I just wanted to honorably mention Planet Asia. I see his consistency and his lyrical flow, you know, is on the next level. And then I gotta mention Tech Nine, because from the suburban underground, you know, that dude is all the way up in Forbes right now. And I used to tour with them, so I know, you know, the truth of the flow and the truth of the business as well. But from an underground perspective, not really having all that extra commercial light, being an underground legend, to grow to that, to be a Forbes, you know, list type of person and whatnot, I think that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if the music is transformed from what it originally was, those shows are always sold out, places solid packed out, you know, for cities. And I think that's big for underground music. And then also I have Mr. Fab out of the Bay. And I like Fab for, you know, for being real representing what it is. And I wasn't familiar with his music or anything. I just like the kind of artist he is, and the nigga could flow incredible. I didn't really realize until I saw one of the, you know, rhyme for 5 minutes shit or whatever. He was busting almost like it was Black Thought type shit. You know what I'm saying? And really showing the talent of the underground. I definitely salute him. And I have on here also Hyro. I had to honorably mention them. And I wanted to give a shout out to like the underground brands as well, like kept the craft alive, like Duck Down, Stone's Throw, Quantum Records, Rhyme Sayers, even Cottonmouth King's label, Suburban Noise at ICP, because they had a different kind of underground. They weren't and again, when I say underground, I'm meaning people that are not dependent on the commercial shit to advance. You don't hear these cats that I'm talking about right now in constant rotation, but they'll pack a house. All right. And that's solid. That means you the people's champ. So I'm just etching off a few. And I want to give a big up to Casual as well in Tri-State. Casual being part of that Hyro. I respect their move. I love that Hyro Day concept, giving back to the hood and being in the hood doing it. You know what I'm saying? And minimum bullshit when they throw their concerts and so on. I really respect that. You know what I'm saying? I've been out in the West for a long time, as well as my time in the East. And I get to observe the hip hop from different channels. So I know when to salute my hat to certain elements or whatnot. And big up to Supernat too, who held down that Rock the Bells as a when it was underground. You know what I'm saying? And when they used to have the small shows before it was the big arena and whatnot. You know, Supernat held that down host wise, and he was one of the first cats fucking with freestyle as a profession, and not just like off the dome. You know, just in the cipher. So I gotta give him a salute for rocking with that Rock the Bells brand and whatnot.
So I'll address. Yeah. So Hyro, that's my people. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of things at Hyro Day, and we've had some spots there. Good people, good music. And I always say there's no weak link in that crew as far as spitting.
Word up.
They will send you
Word
to
up.
the fucking essence. Like all of them niggas, all of them. Opio, Dell, they will send you home. Like quick.
Yes.
So big up to them. And as far as Planet Asia goes, I've said that I feel like he was just born like a few years too late. Like he came out a few years too late. Because if he came out like 92, 93, can you imagine if he came out in like 92, this shit would be different. He came out in 97, but the album with Cali Agents was 2000. If he came out in 93, 94, it would have been a different ballgame. This cat is ridiculous. That's my homie right there. Salute to him. I like, you know what I mean? PA. And Tri-State is stupid underrated. Like, and that dude is crazy. So yeah. So that whole GCM shit, is official, man. Like these cats, you know what I'm saying? Planet H, you never hear no whack shit from him.
Yeah, bro.
Word. So that's the underground. All right. Let's go.
And big up Wolfhawk Jaguar too, man. I like him. He's out of the Bay too. You gotta look up his music. I'm familiar. Yes. Yeah, he come a long way, and he could also be in the conscious category that we gonna hit too.
And some cats,
you know.
Listen, so I have PA, and so we're gonna go to the next category: lyricists and spitters. I have him there.
All
so
right.
Other cats
all right.
So I have cats that could, you know what I'm saying. So he got a line. He said, "I got your wisdom looking at me like I'm 230." So that's what PA said that. Yeah. So.
What he said? He
said, "I got your wisdom looking at me like I'm 230."
That's deep.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Real shit.
Real shit. I'm gonna set it off here because I'm excited about this one. All right. To me.
All right.
The be all end all right now, the motherfucking home run nigga in this shit right now, like the untouchable cat right now is Black Thought, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, like you gotta cut. Like your A game ain't gonna be strong enough right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because listen, he had So have you seen he did a joint with Method Man? He not a track, but they were freestyle. They were spitting together on some show.
Yes.
And Meth went. He had his phone, which to me is not the best look, but he had his phone. He was spitting. Meth.
Yes.
So I'm saying, Method Man. Black Thought. I mean, in my opinion, Black Thought made it seem like that was some junior varsity like Pop Warner shit. Like for real, son.
That dude is ill, man.
So
that dude is ill, bro.
So I'm not even biased. I mean, I spent like 10 years in Philly. That's, you know what I'm saying? I know the hood. You know what I'm saying? Philly's dear to my heart, but I'm gonna put this out there just to toss it out into the ether. EST, you know what I'm saying? Hilltop Hustlers, 3 times dope. EST said that Malik B is the best lyricist out of Philly. Period. So maybe he knows something that we don't know based on like.
Hey, Jaguar was dope. If she wasn't a singer, if she had became an MC, that would have been a problem, bro.
So Malik B said, EST said Malik B. He said when Malik B passed, he said, "Rest in peace, the best MC out of Philly." And he's like, "Yeah, I said that, whatever." Like, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So anyway, I got Black Thought. I got MF Doom. I still call him Zeb Love X, but I got MF Doom. Rest in peace. This dude, listen, I don't even fuck with his music like that because because some of it, I'm like, yo, what is this dude talking about? I feel like he's like but this is spitters. I feel like you turn the key in this nigga's back and he's just spitting. He's going, and
Yeah,
like,
no,
and I appreciate the creativity. And it's crazy because I'm not a doom head like that. There's some doom heads. I'm not a doom head, but as
yeah,
far as
yeah.
lyricists, this cat was on some other shit to me.
Big up to and rest in peace to MF
Rest
Doom
in
and
peace.
whatnot. I would have had him in that underground category. I didn't mention him. I had him as an honorable mention here.
Certainly underground.
But
Certainly on some other
yeah,
crazy shit.
iconic underground. He had a strong following. And big up Cool Keith too.
Big up
He's
Cool.
weird, but he's definitely an OG.
Of course. Although
He's dope as fuck.
although it did I did get a little hot that he came to Pittsburgh and rhymed over his own joints, over his fucking vocals. But that's
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's what I said. And he was like 3 hours late. So anyway, I burned him on air. I burned him publicly for that, and we kept it moving.
That's
Next one I got G-Rap.
okay.
Listen,
Okay.
to me,
I hear you on that.
G and Connor. I go back, Juice Crew, as far as and everybody, Pun gives it, when Big Pun met G-Rap, he kissed his ring. He knelt down and kissed his ring. Pun, Necro, also, Nas also gives props to G-Rap, Traj, G-Rap, and still going strong at like 53 like bangers. Like
yeah.
he just did a you gotta hit his track. He did a track with Tajay from Hyro, from Souls of Mischief.
Okay.
Fire. G-Rap, Symphony,
all right.
4, 5, 6. I stand behind Giacana. He's like my number 3, number 4, depending on the day.
Okay.
I got PA on there. As I told him recently, I do my top 10s every year. I reevaluate them. I think Planet Asia, in my opinion, is in the top 10. He's making his way into top 10 discussions.
Yes.
His consistency, his lyricism, the whole package. We can get into Big L. The whole package. And he still doing it. Never puts out a wet track. I'm gonna go left here.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna go left here with a shorty who I feel like is stupid underrated. Bahamadia.
Okay.
She will cut.
She was soft spoken, it said, but she was lyrical. Yes.
She'll dice you up. I love her. I always say when I've done posts about her, I'll say like, because I don't like doing best female. I was like, she's an MC. She's a spitter. She will kill you. Like, period.
Yeah. Jean Grey too.
Jean Grace, who will dice you up. Done.
Yes.
Ginson. Real quick, I want to address. So those are my 5: Black Dog, Doom, Cool G-Rap, Bahamadia, Planet Asia. Someone said don't sleep on Big L. Listen, I love Big L, but when we're talking about these discussions, I'm talking about cats that have been around. Unfortunately, Big L passed after like a couple of albums. Pun. These cats are not in the discussion, Like longevity has to be there. Like, and I'm not gonna project what the trajectory of their career is going to be, and none of that. Like, Big L passed. Pun passed early. Sorry, Biggie passed early.
Yeah.
It is
a lot of them didn't reach their full potential and shit.
No, we never saw that. Like in basketball or in football and sports, nobody makes the Hall of Fame if they only played like 3 years and got hurt with an injury. You know what I'm saying? Even though if those 3 years were like 3,000-yard rushing years, it wouldn't matter. So
exactly.
Who you got?
And this is a short list. It's not disrespect to any other artist. This is a short list. You know what I'm saying? 5 heads. This shit would be like 20 a piece at least. You know what I'm saying? So, let's stay on point. So, all right. So lyricism on my shit, I have Slaughterhouse as a crew. I didn't want to individually break them up or whatever.
Okay.
I love their presence. I love the fact that when they started doing their thing, it made cats remember that you got to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? You got to throw your shit down. And I respected that at a very commercial, part of the era, for them to be injected in rhyming, to be, niggas going to their sites looking for ciphers and shit like that. I enjoyed that energy back in hip hop when they hit. All right. King Los. I don't know why nobody doesn't talk about that kid. He's dope to me. And I think if people look him up, they'll kind of see where I'm coming from. I think he's an exceptional lyricist. Black Thought, of course, is on my list. And 3D Nati is one of the best females that I've seen in a minute. It's not as conscious content that I usually like to hear people at and whatnot, but she can rhyme on anything. You know, hooks coming off like that. She one of them to me. I thought she's a dope lyricist. She get up, prop her titties up, and get in front of that mic and be on some other shit. And you are absorbed in the words more than the beauty. I think she's on deck. So I had to honorably mention her. And then Kendrick Lamar, I'm impressed by as well. And the fact that he went through all of the commercial wheel of Dr. Dre and still was respected as a high regard lyricist. Some people get swamped in the hit making and people forget that they can rhyme. I think that dude is very talented lyrically. And I want to give a shout out in this category to Pharoah Monch, Wise Intelligent, and Cyrock. And I hear a lot about Griselda. I'm not too much into them, but I hear them honorably mentioned lyric-wise. I think I may have seen one or two plays from them rotating and whatnot. But I wasn't a real fan that I can speak on them like that. But I hear them all the time honorably mentioned next to What a Slaughterhouse Was or whatever case may be. But I'm not. I wasn't on it like that. I didn't know enough, so I couldn't put them on the list. All right, then, cool. So that's what it is.
Save your energy on that shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, based on how I know how you get down, save your energy on that shit.
Understood. But Pharoah Monch had to be mentioned, my lord. I had to mention him.
Listen.
And I even like Jadakiss too. I like Jadakiss flow. I think he's ill too.
Pharoah Monch, listen, good point right there. And I'm gonna throw in one honorable mention, Elzai. That brother, listen, Elzai. Listen to Jericho Jackson albums. You got fuck with that kid if you don't. Elzai is ridiculous. I mean, not a kid, he's like 42, but Elzai, he's super nice. So I throw him.
You know who's dope too, man?
Cool.
Corey Guns.
He is dope.
He is dope.
But it's
I like him.
But I see. There's a lot of.
I think he may be more of a ghostwriter than we know.
There's a lot of cats that
shit.
are dope to me that only I see them on like interviews and radio shows spitting, and then I listen to like full albums or something, and then this shit is whack though. So that takes something away. To me, what are you doing then? Like I don't know. There's a lot of cats. There's a lot of cats that are dope, but
yes,
I need a complete project, man. I mean, otherwise, because now, I mean, this is an aside, but it's like now a lot of cats are really big on Instagram fame or Twitter fame. It's like spitting, like just your little like spit. And it's like, yo, you put out a project or what, man? Like,
yeah. And Twister is dope too. I don't think people listen to his lyric enough. I know he got caught in the R&B wheel and whatnot, but I remember when he was on the tour circus and whatnot. Before a lot of cats was triple wording their shit. But he's a very dope lyricist as well. I don't think they give him enough credit. I think they really got to slow down the chopping and really listen to what he's busting, man. He's very talented, man.
Twister. I fucked with his earlier shit, and then he got, like you said. I mean, so.
It became something else. It's Love Ballad now, but he's still dope to me.
Okay, next category. We got two more. We got experimental / alternative. And before we get into that, we were going to let's just bring up the fact that, like, for whatever reason, I talked to you about this the other day. For whatever reason, an entire Native Tongue crew and Hyro, Farside, You're All So Stupid. A lot of these crews were called alternative, Jungle Brothers, alternative hip hop. I don't know what that term means. It didn't make any sense to me. Q-Tip is from Queens. He gets gully when he needs to. I've seen him do it. Like I don't daylight. Like I don't understand. Like what is alternative? I never understood that term. I've always hated that term. So
Right.
So I'm just putting it out there. You said experimental, right?
Right.
So what do you mean by that?
Exactly. Well, I mean, when you fuse an element onto the talent, all right? So when I mention these crews, I guess people will kind of understand because alternative is like I can't put my finger on it. You know, that's why we can't define that concept. All right. So if you take someone like on here, I have Outkast. All right. Outkast to me was an experimental crew. If you take them and give them alternative style production and not just beats and rhyme shit, you get what you have with them. You know, you got, cast that was heavy South. They expect you to come up with some Southern rap, sounding like, whoever was out at the time, but they were able to take that alternative, production and take it to the next level. And it became more than just a regular Southern rap group. And we got 50 million regular Southern rap groups. These dudes stand out as icons. It's an experiment to cross their sound or their talent with a different production. And big up to their production crew for holding that down, because it could have been weird. It could have failed heavy, and you would have made two talented cats sound like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So these are people on this list that were successful with it. I have Outkast, CeeLo Green, who I feel is one of the most talented lyricists. He almost was on my top lyricist situation. I didn't like the dress thing and all that bullshit, just being 100. I don't like to see my heroes have to do anything else but just rhyme and be successful. But his walk is his walk, and I respect him. I salute him as a person and individual. This list is not judgment. This list is real. All right, so Outkast, CeeLo, The Roots, I have as experimental because they transcend regular hip hop. It's not walking back and forth on stage with the turntables in the back. You got a cat that can rhyme for damn near 2 hours with a full band. You know what I'm saying? You kind of beyond the shit. And then I have on here Lil Wayne, who is a fusion, another Southern artist who has crossed over into punk rock culture, rock culture. This dude has become like a fucking rock star. When you take an artist like that from the roots of the South, you can fuck up and put the wrong production behind them. He had the right production behind him. So as an experimental artist, I feel that he's in this category. And then I have X-Clan, who I felt was an experiment because we were black nationalists for the streets of Brooklyn, and we weren't interested in being top rappers. So it was an experiment to combine the movement and hip hop and to be successful. So I put that in the experimental category for my options, for my choice.
So you got Roots. So both the Roots, X-Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I was writing it all down.
CeeLo,
Outkast,
and Lil Wayne.
All right. I actually, again, I was struggling with this term, so I didn't.
Yes.
I really didn't have anybody, which is why I wanted you to go first, actually. So I can see the Roots being there. That makes sense. If I would put them there. Like I said, I didn't really have anybody. I am going to go with the native tongue movement, just in general, like the movement itself. Hold on, just writing something down. Even though, here we go. This makes sense for me right now. It's flowing. All right. So it's coming up. All right. So we said the Roots I agree with. And who did I just say? I just said. I did Outkast, CeeLo Green, the Roots. Green is CeeLo Green, right? Yeah.
from Goody Mob.
Yep.
And then the Roots, Lil Wayne, X Clan.
Okay. Lil Wayne, I don't know. I'm not. I can't speak on that. I mean, I don't really know. Like
I'm saying, look, if any category, we have to honorably mention this kid, man. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying
like,
he is an experiment. I don't know nobody running through New Orleans looking like him, sounding like him, and with the kind of success. That was an experiment to throw him into the commercial realm. He could have just been like one of Master P's crew or something and just did a couple records and then faded off.
True.
But he's still part of the conversation, and rock stars respect him. He's performing on different stages, bro.
I'm not, since I don't fuck with his music, I don't really know what he's done. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, so I plead ignorance on that.
Yeah.
Outkast, yeah, that's a good one. Like they were different, like spitters from the South, and that's why I respected them. You know what I'm saying? When you say CeeLo, that Goody Mob shit, yeah, like they were cats from the South. Oh wait, these cats from the South spitting like this? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
On weird shit that you wouldn't rhyme on as a New York cat or even a West Coast cat. They had a whole different platform of production. Look, if any other artist put out Hey Ya, you would be like, what the fuck? That was a global phenomenon. You know, then you'll go rap with Pimp C and Bun B on one of the dopest records in the game and bust on there. Then you come up with Sorry Miss Jackson, which is lingo now. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a heavy fuck up if people in hip hop, weren't willing to evolve, and they were kind of the leaders of what that was. So that was a deep experiment, and that would be alternative, because that's not the kind of shit that you just cut and loop and rhyme to. And that's what I mean by this experimental category.
Okay, got you. Roots, Outkast.
And the Roots is different, man. Roots, come on, man. Black Thought is like a weapon, bro. You can go on a Tonight Show. You can do a festival, grind 2 hours. Come on. Only cats, like doing like that was George Clinton back in the days, where it's like you don't even know what angle, and they got joints and everything too.
All over.
They could have mistaken him for just a bandy style rapper and just brushed it to the side. But you can't do that. Because the crew is so well gelled after all of these years, that experiment became something else.
Yeah, no, it's something. It's over a live band. This cat has been killing it. It had like Rozelle in the crew. I mean, it's been taking a lot of different shapes and forms. I mean, Fallon show, I think they're on, right? So, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, my lord.
So I got the Roots. Like I said, I got that whole native tongue vibe, that movement. I mean, I do think when like De La Soul came out, the Daisy shit, it was to me, that was different.
But they misunderstood that. They thought they were hippie kids from Long Island. And actually they were some of the best MCs and producers coming out of that circle.
Right.
Their production, man, we used to go to De La to hear what's the new break, what they gonna drop. They had our ear like that. Okay? And when they got doper, the crowd backed off them, and I couldn't understand that. What did you want them to be? Hippie flower kids? That's not what it was. They misinterpret what that was. That was a dope production MC crew.
Of course, still is. I mean, these cats are nice. I think Posture News is, I mean, both of them, nice. The whole school, that
Big up to Jungle Brothers, bring up to Tribe Called. Those are my high school mates, man. Tribe Called Quest and Jungle Brothers. I remember from where it started. I remember, who y'all know is Q-Tip, battling in the hallways, battling, he had that tiny voice and shit, but he's a wide shoulder dude and shit, but he hold his own in the battle.
Oh, word?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he hold his own. Cats test you. We were on the borders of Manhattan, the Brooklyn Bridge, going right over from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So you always had to to hold your own. I remember A-Song coming up to our school, you know, ODB holding it down, high school battles, you trying to, you know, and he was older. So, you know, so him coming to him showing up at the back of your high school door talking about who's the dopest MC up here. You had to be ready.
Word?
Oh yeah, you could ask Africa and Mike G and all of them when A-Song used to show up at different high schools, man, putting fear in cats as he was rhyming on the map. Man, he's part of my understanding that the mathematic and different vocabulary than other people are using will win. If you rhyming straight out of the 5% manual, something that cats is totally alien to, and you just, my hat is green, my shoes is red, you doing all like that, you're going to lose to somebody that can pull the math out and flip it into a hood style. And that's basically what he was. If you listen to early Wu-Tang, that was based on that, you know. Big up to the Now Born clique too, you know, the real history, you know, from Shaolin, before it was labeled Shaolin and all that. You know, there's a lot of guards. Big up Timbo King too, you know. But yeah, man, man, hip hop is deep, bro. You know, we got to break it down like this. Look at how our conversation is spilling different jewels and different respects and salutes, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's supposed to be. We can't leave it to Grammy people and all this other thing to define what our game is. We gotta be able to salute where it's right. You know, a lot of people deserve to be on these lists, but we just really note in blueprint, you know, setters and whatnot, people who had a different invention and intention with hip hop, man. And I love this. I love this conversation.
Yo, so how was you said Q-Tip's from Queens, right? So he was in Brooklyn. So how was that? I mean, he was coming. How was he battling in the hallways?
Because we was in Murray Bertram, man. We was in a business career high school. You know, where? So that was in Manhattan, Lower East Side.
Okay. Yeah.
Right across from Police Plaza. That's where Video Music Box was. You know what I'm saying? Right across the way. Big up Ralph McDaniel. Wow. You know what I'm saying? We was right. Yeah, man, a lot of history. I remember a lot of battles. I was beatboxing, so I've seen a lot of cats get destroyed, bro. You learn how to battle by witnessing them, but I'm in the middle of it, holding the beat down and watching faces change, and you know, and lives, people pulling out notebooks and shit, trying to catch up to cats who just really got it. You know, that's why when I stepped into it, I said, yo, man, it's either I have to have it or not. I started as a DJ and a beatbox, but after DJing behind cats so much, that's why I can respect the Kanye. You doing beats and making platinum hits for people, and you say, yo, man, I got it too. If I could tell somebody how to do it, then I got it too. You know, I can really understand that, you know?
Damn.
But that's what's up.
Wow. That's a crazy story. You're like, oh, and that's what you said.
Yeah, Q-Tip used to have it. There was a brother named Chris. I forgot the name of his crew, and he was from Queens too. They used to battle. They used to battle so much, bro. Q-Tip could not stand that dude, man. And I know it was over a little shorty named Marlene. Big up to Marlene. I haven't seen them in a long time. This is high school shit. But Marlene was a fine sister, man, and that brother was just on her. And he was, and Chris liked her too. And homie was like, you know, if I gotta destroy you lyrically, son, whatever it is, they used to battle all the time. Q-Tip is the first dude who played Rakim for me. I didn't know who the fuck Rakim was.
Wow.
He's the first dude who played Rakim. When they used to have a little Walkman with the cassette, we put it on my ear, so this is Rakim. And that's the first time I heard that. And then Rakim, when we left high school, Rakim was my label mate until he moved to, I think it was Ubiquity Records, but he was on 4th and Broadway first. And Sir Ibu was on there too. He was dope. Sir Ibu had a song called Holy War. Look that up.
I know that joint.
He rhyming off
I know that joint.
Yeah, he was rhyming off Substitution and shit before Ultramagnetic. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Ultramagnetic did my demo, dude. I was familiar with them from the gate. Yeah, Architect. Man, my brother used to run Latin Quarter, so he had contact with all rappers. Big up to the Architect Paradise. And PX too. Remember, he was the manager of some of these groups and whatnot. It's how I met Just Ice and all these other people, man. Come on, man. My history go deep. They're going to see on this documentary, brother. I I can't explain to you, you know, people get into the movement and the things that we were doing because that was priority. But our history in hip hop was deep. We used to secure the clubs, and then we became the ones that was packing the club. So we you know what I'm saying? We get it from all genres when it comes to clan, my lord. That's why I said that's an experiment that could have failed heavily. You trying to bring black nationalist movement, you know what I'm saying? We about our people to the side. You trying to put funk on it. You know, if I didn't have the ability to rhyme, it was my gift to put it on the wax and put it on the beats like that. So, you know, if any of that was lesser than what the effort that we put out, bro, that would have been a heavy failure, bro.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be some of these positive groups wouldn't even be out here. They would feel like we wouldn't have a place. We made it to show them you can have a place and still be who you are. We ain't wearing no dresses. We ain't wearing no wigs and no lipstick. We wasn't tripping about nothing. We was about our people, and still to this day, bro.
That's what's up.
So
right
that's
there.
why I put us in the experimental category, because that could have been a super failure, my lord.
Totally. Yeah. I actually, my brain, I had thought about that, and I had Public Enemy in there. I had Roots in there, and so I had the native tongue, the whole native tongue vibe as well. Yeah, what's the last category we got? Conscious.
Conscious.
Right. Let's finish.
Yeah.
Let's finish it up.
All right then.
Set it
Who
off.
you got?
Huh?
You want me to set it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right then. All right. So my first, Lauryn Hill, without question. All right. I even loved the guitar album that she did. I thought that was dope. I thought they were open to accept her as like a female Bob Marley element, but it went over people's head to me. But her consistency, positive wise, I love her as an artist in this category. And Chronics, I like Chronics, and I like Kabaka Pyramid too. And they're more reggae. They categorize as reggae, but I think it's really hip hop motivated. The way that they bust, the way that they sing and whatnot. I love their lyrical flow. I think that's a great example for Conscious. And then Common, people, you know, fall off because of the acting and all of that, but I feel Common has been a consistent positive voice. I haven't heard Common busting no booty rap or nothing crazy like that. He always building consistent. So I salute Common. And then PE, of course. And then I had KRS again, but KRS in the other category was more of that icon when you think about hip hop, someone outstanding like that for years and history and stuff. But I had him on here for Conscious because his total transformation into that has been a very positive thing. So I wanted to give him his props in that area and beyond whatever that other shit is. All right. And I have an honorable mention of the Nas and Damien project. I love the way that project went down. I think their combination should be done again. I think that's a great combination to bring. To me, it brings Nas out of the Uchi Wally and so on, and more into the God building with Damien at his side. I felt that was an impeccable combination. And then big up to Black Star, Dead Prez, Wolf Hawk Jaguar, and I had 3 poets in honorable mention lyrically and Conscious. K Love, the poet, Sonny Patterson, who's one of my best female lyricists in my mind, and also Saul Williams, who is very dope lyrically. He spun off into like rock for his music translation, but lyrically, I don't think he can be fucked with at all.
Okay.
So those are my choices there.
Damn. Okay. It's funny, I had Public Enemy, as you said.
Yes.
I was going off of some of the people you said. Lauryn Hill, I definitely fucked with Lauryn Hill when she first. I liked her vibe, and I actually feel like I wish Lauryn Hill was still around. You know what I mean? Like her. I wish her presence was still around. Common,
I said Dead Prez.
You said, yeah, you did say Dead Prez.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had X Clan, and this is basically based off of who me being 10, 11, 12 years old. I mean, even some of these groups, Public Enemy came out, Yo Bum Rush the Show and stuff.
Right.
So Public Enemy, I had, let's go back to that, 88 stuff. Brand Nubian, I had.
Yeah, big up Brand Nubian too.
I had Brand Nubian. X Clan. I definitely had Boogie Down Productions. I mean, that was some game changing stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like, and I can't, again, that's why it's so conflicting with me with this KRS-One shit. But like, I can't erase the influence that Boogie that all that had. So BDP, like all day, and then I had Mos Def.
Yes.
And I had Poor Righteous Teachers, because
Nuts.
I definitely vibe with a lot of what Wise Intelligent has to say. So
yeah, I had Wise in two categories. I had him in the lyricist as honorable mention, as I said earlier, because he cursing a lot. I tell him all the time. I say to him, stop cursing so much, man. Your info's too rich, to waste it on the German and whatnot. So, come out of that, my Lord. He's successful, great family. I love his family. But I want people to hear more what he got to say. I think they're distracted, like he's angry. We messengers, man. So, the emotions can sometimes grab us, man, but we can't give it like that. I don't curse on any music. My last 3 albums, I don't curse at all. You know what I'm saying? I still maintain my respect on any platform lyrically. And that's an example for Cash. You don't have to holler the German in order for somebody to hear you. You don't walk up to a pretty woman and say, hey, how the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about the game like that. You talk to it smooth, you talk to it right, you put your game down. That's what the pimping was, the motivation, not the manipulation. The motivation. That's what we were speaking about. They twist our shit up, they twist our lessons up. That's why I say the documentary is gonna be powerful, because a lot of the definitions that they're looking for, it's going to be there and a lot more. You know what I'm saying? They really don't understand the angle that Clan was coming at, to go under the radar and show that we can be successful without selling ourselves. How we feel right now about all this Bambaataa and all this other thing. We don't need that in the conscious community, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. That's why I told him, I said, yo, man, when people call you out like that, you go to them and face them. If that shit is real, that you're not involved, man, you get in their face and say, fuck that. That's not the movement at all. Because when that movement is solid, all this booty plopping and twerking and bullshit, that shit ain't gonna happen. If there was a Lauryn Hill in the game being still successful, there's no excuse. But when you see Nicki Minaj go become $70 million, even though she's on a list, but it's still negative. You understand? I can salute your success, but I can't salute your content.
Of course.
That's not the whole MC.
Of course, yeah.
That's not the whole MC. You shaving off and adding on some other shit, some fillers, and we don't need that. We need you to be pure. So some of these artists remain pure, and some of them did sell themselves out, but in the categories that they were, that we put out, I have to salute, for whatever that is. I don't have to agree with it. But that's part of us serving a public platform, bro.
Right.
We can't always be on our own shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think this was a great combo, Lord.
No, it's dope. I do want to give, I want to acknowledge somebody that was on my list of mine. I missed them when I was doing Underground, and they could be on Spitters too. My man Spit Gems. If you're not familiar, this kid, Broken Home, Brooklyn, East New York. Yo, this kid is crazy, super lyrical. It's like, it's edgy. It's street shit. He's a street dude, but it's like, his mental is on point. So it's dope. It's hard. I'll actually send you some shit. I think you would fuck with him. Like it's grimy, but but you pay attention to what he's saying. You're like, wow, this dude's, he's aggressive, but it's dope. So. It's
gonna come back. It's gonna come back to that, my Lord. Didn't have to cut you, my bad.
No.
But I was just saying to conclude on your point the lyricism is gonna come back. You know, you let kids run wild in the park. After a while, you know, motherfucker will sit still and pay attention to nature. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, you can't keep booty dropping and bullshit and killing everybody on the block forever and ever, dog. At some point, somebody gotta say, "Yo, I'm glad to be living. I'm glad to be free. Let me write from that platform." You know what I'm saying? Let me write for something bigger than myself. You know, so I don't really wait for them. We don't have to wait for permission.
No.
You know, the world is ours right now, brother. So, you know, I'm glad that people see now, yeah, you know, we run through these lists and whatnot, but look at the mistakes and look at some of the things that they did better as well. You know what I'm saying? And mold yourself to comfortable, you know, career without having to sell your ass and be stupid, you know?
Yeah, I always say, listen, if you want to be like a blow up, yeah, you got to kind of sell out. But like, you can eat off of this hip hop shit and take care of your family and maintain your integrity. I don't want to hear that shit. That's because people will say, "Oh, bro, the money you got to, you know, cats got to eat." You know, I see cats right now that are able to live off of this. Are they billionaires? No, but they're happy. So it's all about what level of integrity you want to maintain, because you can do it and maintain your integrity. Yeah, if you want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Sticking your ass out always is a good look, but it doesn't mean you still have your fucking integrity. So listen,
that's real shit.
Yeah, we got to run. Thank you for 2 hours of dope conversation.
Yay, man.
We do it
Big
next
up.
month, first Wednesday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you very much, Brother Jay. This is the second episode of Constant Elevation. Yeah.
Yay, brother. Thank you, man. And thank everybody for clicking in. Spread the word. We're going to be here. Big up to Sampa the Great, too. I like her. All right. I wanted to make an honorable mention of her. I didn't put her in these categories, but I wanted to make an honorable mention. And big up to all the wonderful artists that I know across the game, I've toured with, that I've met. You know, I respect all sources of release and get down. But now it's time for us to start getting on some more positive and more mature motherfucking titles, man. It's ridiculous. Real shit, bro.
Let's go. So salute to everybody joining in, and yeah, so next month we'll do it again. All right. Thank you very much. Peace.
Blessings. 100.